All right. So, some of the ways that I have created classroom culture for both online and in person courses, especially this year as we're going back and forth between the two, I try to use attendance as a way to really engage. So, strange questions work wonders. You can do low risk ones like, what is your perfect breakfast? Or a superpower or body modification you'd like to try. Maybe it's talking about a dish your family cooks, but avoid yes or no questions as much as possible. There should be something that you are asking students to give you back in return to create that engagement and connection. I love to share visuals, weird pictures, weird, funny little, dollar store purchases or the things that happen to be in my home office as I was working from home. Work wonders for sure. And I did have a magical student who showed up dressed up in a different costume every day, who's in my cosmetology and English classes. And she brought so much fun. She actually influenced other students to take those same risks and start wearing some interesting things. I have to say, I really enjoyed the dangly earrings as we were online because you can't wear those with masks. I learned very quickly when I tried to one day. So things like that that are low risk and creating that connection, they're not time wasted, that's for sure. I prioritize play. I tried to make some things, those hunts and those props and time to talk, things that don't feel like school, but feel like okay, our class is just sitting down and things are getting started, and here's the conversations and chatting that would happen. So that doesn't have to go away just because we're online. Yes, our time is dedicated in different ways, but that's my priority. That's my value, community, culture. I want to take the time for those things because I know what they do in the long run for kids. I like to remind them, you belong with us. And I had a few students that I had to both physically in person and digitally online hunt down for connection. There was one in particular who had an afternoon class with me, and I would see his attendance for the morning. He'd be in the building and then somehow not make it to my class. And so I actually went to his second block class 3 times. And the third time I said, I can't come and do this again. I need you to start showing up. But he came to class. He started coming to class and he recognized that, I wanted him there to the point that I was willing to come and seek him out and make that happen. Same thing for a student who I knew was out there somewhere on the internet floating in the universe, but was never showing up to our Google Meets. And so I had a Google Meet with them individually at lunch, and I chatted with the mom, and we made some moves so that she could gracefully rejoin the class as she was ready. And we chose a day that was really a nice conversational day, not a end of the assignment, finish up the work kind of a day, so that she could rejoin and not feel like she was behind or set up for failure. I model looking for the good. That's a really hard thing, but what a lesson that I've learned this year as I shared. So, what is good? What is happening around us that is awesome right now that we can enjoy, that we can, be mindful of and notice so that we remember this day as being a happy one. Choose when to be transparent. I don't need to hustle. I don't need to make it look easy. These are kids and they need to see the struggle. They need to understand that that's okay and part of things and life, and this is what it will be sometimes. But that doesn't make people give up. It's not the end. It's the thing that will help us learn and grow. And so if I'm, transparent and authentic about the hard things that are happening for me, I create permission for them to do the same. And I remind them to make choices that feel safe about what they want to share and how they want to share it and who they want to share it with. So breakout rooms, what I use them for is definitely a bit different than what many of my colleagues use them for. There are quite a few apps about how to use these. There are different Google extensions that we've tried. I didn't have a lot of luck making breakout rooms that I could then join the students in and access and sort of move back and forth fluidly with. So what I ended up doing was just making breakout rooms, and I asked students to tell me, their friend groups I had a sense of already, so I put them with the people I thought they'd want to be with. And so they could join a breakout room and have a conversation as they would in a classroom without a teacher hovering there. It's not natural for us to hear everything and listen to everything and be tuned into every single interaction that happens in the room. It's not authentic. It's not realistic. And so, help doesn't necessarily show up or become apparent when I'm around all the time.